Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of nerds.
In this video, we're going to talk about our adventure to the 8-Bit Hall of Fame in Bonita Springs, Florida.
But before we begin, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
So, during our wedding, we had some time. I mean, our honeymoon was originally going to be the Dice Tower Retreat, but that got canceled. Obviously, all conventions got canceled in 2020. So, we kind of just spent a little more time in the Fort Myers, Sanibel Island area, and Bonita Springs is right outside there. So, we basically just typed into Google, hey, video game stores near me. And they pointed to this one, and it was called 8-Bit Hall of Fame. And I was like, that's a pretty cool name. Let's go check that one out. And we go, and this place is huge. It felt like a relatively small town. I mean, I guess it's sort of like a suburb of Fort Myers. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was quiet. It wasn't touristy at all. It was like a sleepy town, but very nice neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. So but it just kind of struck me as odd that a retro game store this big would be in. You'd think those would be in like Chicago, New York, or I guess in Florida, Orlando or Miami, something like that. But Bonita Springs. But this place was fantastic. They just had
everything.
Tons and tons and tons of plastic gold there. I guess massive disc library. I mean, systems I've never seen in Indiana, just out on the shelves.
Yeah. Every system you could ever imagine.
Yeah, like TurboGrafx 16, and just, it was crazy. It was mind-blowing. It was a store that when you walk in and you're looking at something, it's hard to look at, like to stay focused on their section of Sega games, because then your eye will just wander off and you're like, is that a Sega Saturn game? And then you're looking at this, and
it's not possible, I think, in one trip. I mean, we went there twice during our trip. It's not possible, I think, even with the 2 visits that we had, to go through everything at one time. It would be a process.
Yeah.
And just the NES games alone.
Yeah.
And then the SNES games. I've never seen that many in one place before.
Yeah, neither have I. Indiana doesn't have the best retro game stores. We've got like the disc replays and the Exchange, which is probably the best 2, but nothing that really specializes in it. Well, anyways, do you have anything to say to Future Doug as he inserts the footage?
Put cool music with it.
I don't think Future Doug likes being told what to do, but we'll see. All right.
So now we'll get into the pickups from when we were at the 8-Bit Hall of Fame. We made 2 trips there. The first day, we tried to pick up some cool retro Sega games.
Yep.
And then the second time that we were there, we picked up Nintendo games.
Yeah. So, Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo are 2 favorite systems. We got a nice little stack here. And I tried to get some of the harder to find games.
Yeah, stuff that we can't find here.
Right. Not all of these are harder to find, but some of them are. So here we got Steel Empire. It's a shooter. We got Sunset Riders for the Genesis. It's a 2-player cooperative run and gun. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which is also a 2-player cooperative. That game is just crazy. It's hard to describe. X-Men 2. Now this one isn't that hard to find, but yeah, they're pretty cheap. The thing I had that game as a kid. The thing I always loved is like the first level you just start with a random character. I just thought that was cool. Like they just throw you right into it. No options, no start. Like as soon as the system goes, you're just in there. And then was it Cheeky Cheeky Boys? So I was thinking of the arcade. We haven't tried this one out yet, but the arcade was a 2-player platformer, and I was thinking of that. But I think the Genesis version is actually only 1 player. If I read that right, if Wikipedia is right. And then the last game for that trip, and this game may be just absolutely awful, but our Retron 5 has a Sega Master System card reader, and I've never seen a Sega Master System card game. So I just found the one with the spookiest title. We got Ghost House here, because we love our horror.
Yep. And
it's complete in box. I've never even seen this. Oops. I've never seen a Master System card game before, so I'm super excited to try this out. It may be god awful, but
definitely want to at least try it out.
You're right. I mean, like I said, I've just never seen a card game. So, of the Sega titles, which one are you most excited for?
It's pretty close between Zombies Ate My Neighbors and the X-Men 2. I'm gonna go with X-Men 2.
X-Men 2. Mm-hmm. I gotta go Zombies Ate My Neighbors. That game is just so... Like, it's basically every single horror movie all combined in like a... You gotta run around, and you got a squirt gun, and then you try to pick up all these power-ups. I think if you die, though, you lose all your stuff, and it's kind of just game over at that point.
Well, those older games are always really tough.
Yeah, it gets pretty tough. All right, so the next day was Super Nintendo heavy.
So the next day, Super Nintendo.
Super Ninja Boy. It's a 2-player role-playing game, which I'm super excited for. King Griffey Jr. Baseball, the best baseball game ever made, in my opinion. You can seriously bang out a 9-inning game in like 30 minutes at the most.
Does that make it more fun?
Yes. No one wants to do high pitch counts and all that jazz.
Because real baseball games last a long time.
That's why, baseball is too slow for me to watch. This, everyone swings at the first pitch, and you just play good defense in the outfield, and that's it. Seventh Saga. I haven't played this, but the little intro sold me where it's like, it's another role-playing game, and it's like this time your party isn't held back by wussy elves and fairies. So I was like, ooh, that's talking trash. Super R-Type. Great shooter. Secret of Mana.
Yes, that was my suggestion.
Another great... there's a ton of amazing role-playing games on the Super Nintendo, and Final Fantasy II. And since that's one of my favorite genres, that and survival horror, kind of loaded up. And this one, Cybernator. I haven't played this one, but it just sounded cool.
It looks cool too.
Cybernator. Dun, 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 dun. Which one are you? Oh, wait a minute. And then we did pick up one Wii game.
This is the one I picked up.
Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Which it is complete in box. So that is cool.
Yes.
I think I played the Prime game on GameCube and I remember thinking that was pretty good. So I really hate the Wii controller. So I'm hoping you could use the old GameCube controller on this.
Yeah, because we do have the retro controller for it.
Yeah, it's got that symbol though. It
Yeah.
would have the GameCube controller. So you might have to use. That's a little unfortunate.
I'm okay with the Wii controller, so.
It's the worst controller ever. I normally just stick the handle up my butt and play a real game.
Whatever makes you happy.
Alright, so of these, which one are you most
Obviously,
excited
Metroid.
for?
That's the one I bought. That's the one that I bought, so.
I'm going to go with Super Ninja Boy. I've never played a two-player role-playing game, but that just sounds super cool. Might be a little bit hard to keep up with because we both have to get our schedules clear for it. But
Yeah.
all right.
So definitely, if you're ever in the Bonita Springs area, close to Fort Myers in Florida, you should definitely stop by 8-Bit Hall of Fame. We'll leave a link to their Facebook.
Yeah.
All he has is a Facebook
Right.
account for his store. It's just this one guy we were talking to while we were there who runs the store. Really cool guy. And so definitely check him out. Follow him on Facebook.
All right.
And he posts lots of information about new games that he's getting. And it seems like he gets a lot of new games.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, if you're going to have a collection that big, you got to be turning and burning.
yeah, he's definitely turning and burning. So.
All right, that'll do it for this video. We'll see you
Thanks,
next
guys.
time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, don't forget to leave a link to his Facebook.
Yeah. Hey, Pumpkin. Been married for exactly 1 week. This Sunday. Right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah. I still have 4 of beer.
Yeah.
You ready? Brother Hanson.
Always. You ready?
Mm-hmm.